The nutrition system that we use has 7 categories, and the goal is to divide your calories for the day equally among those 7 categories, making sure that you have balance. The first category that we always go over is what we call the free category. So the free category is to give you some freedom with your nutrition, so you don't have to be perfect. We don't want you to have the pressure on you of having to be perfect all the time with your nutrition. So the free category is meant to give you some freedom to either have some of the things that you like to have, or if you're going out to parties and there's things there that are not the healthiest, you've got some wiggle room to not have to be perfect with your nutrition all the time. A lot of people think you have to be perfect with your nutrition. You don't have to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. Okay, so we've got an allotment for you, basically, that you can have some freedom with your nutrition. So with that being said, one of the most important things with your nutrition is that you learn the difference between foods that are going to be building up your body and then foods that are just extra. So your body has a lot of things that it needs to be healthy, to produce health all the time, and we want to learn to make a distinction between what is real food and the foods that are going to be building my body versus the foods that are not giving me any extra benefit from them. Okay, and learning to make that distinction. That's part of also what the free category is for, is to teach you those what those foods would be. Okay, so some of the foods that you might commonly put into the free category would be your junk food. Anything that you know right off the top is just junk. Okay. On top of that, sometimes there's foods that look like healthier foods that sometimes we would count them into the free category, depending on what's in them. For example, sometimes yogurts have a lot of added sugars in them. Peanut butter sometimes has a lot of trans fat. Things like ketchups and condiments sometimes have high fructose corn syrup and things like that in them. A lot of times people eat bars, granola bars and things like that. If they've got a lot of artificial ingredients and added sugars and things like that, then they would probably go in the free category. Also, drinks are another common one. So like sugary drinks from a coffee shop, energy drinks, Gatorade, things like that are all going to go into the free category as well, along with alcohol and things like that. So a couple other questions that we get is, are there any foods that I can put into the free category that actually do give me some benefits? They're actually going to help build health in my body. And the answer is yes, there are a couple foods. Things like honey, dark chocolate, red wine are things that you can have as long as they're in moderation, that are going to actually give you some health benefits as well, and help to build health in your body. So a misconception a lot of times people have when they look at this free category is they think, well, I have to eat all those calories every day of just junk food and things like that. That's not the case. They're there if you need them, but you don't have to use them all up if you don't want to. Okay, so you don't have to make an allotment and go for extra ice cream and things like that every day. But it's there if you want it or if you need it, if you're going out for special occasions and things like that.